Speaking of advantage, one topic of conversation this past week was of Cup drivers coming down. We saw some really magnificent races this season with Xfinity drivers only. Now, you've been on both sides of this, right? You've been a Cup driver that's come down and raced here, and now you're in the Xfinity Series. What would you like to see happen if you had your wish?
So I grew up in the days where it was 17 or 18 Cup guys racing at a time. I remember trying to make the race at Richmond in 1995, and it was like 18 Cup guys in the race. So I was brought up in that age, and I'm fine with it. In today's race with Kevin Harvick, and we got Austin Dillon, and you got Kyle Busch, how many Cup races have they won together this year? I mean, the best of the best have come down to race with us. Guys, I'm smart enough to know that people tune in to see the Cup guys and what they do in the Xfinity Series from a marketing side, and I think that helps our sponsors as well. Now, is the racing as good? Probably further back through the field, maybe not for the lead, because you're going to see Kyle Busch or Harvick and those guys run. What we saw in the 4 Xfinity races when they didn't run, those were the races for the lead.
Yep.
You know, we were racing side by side and off of the lead. Now we might be 4th or 5th or 6th, and in that way maybe it doesn't look as good to maybe somebody watching at home. But look, guys, it's hard to beat those. I mean, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, those guys are really, really good, and it's hard to compete with them. We see it on Sunday, so it's really hard to compete with them on Saturday.
But here's where I'm going to stop you in your tracks. You're right. We would have 15, 18, 20 Cup drivers racing in the mid-90s. Davey Allison ran Xfinity Series, but he didn't drive for Robert Yates Racing. He drove for Davey Allison. Dale Jarrett ran Xfinity races, but he drove for Dale Jarrett. To me, Elliott, it's not the Cup drivers coming and racing in this series. It's the Cup drivers driving for Cup teams racing the Xfinity Series.
It is, but I don't know the fix to it, Larry. I don't. You know, you talk to one set of fans and they like it this way. If they can't afford a Sunday ticket, they come watch their favorite driver drive on Saturday. Or you look at the other side of it, where the Cup guys are stinking up the show. You have that side of it too, and I don't know what the answer is somewhere in the middle. That's somewhere above my pay grade.
Well, I'm going to give you an example. Chase Elliott, he may win this race today driving for GMS, but he's just one of the guys. He's driving for an Xfinity Series team. Have no problem with that.
I agree, and it's good to have guys like that, in my opinion, in the show. But it does make it hard. When those guys are dominating on Sunday and they're coming and racing with us on Saturday, we're racing against the best in their prime.
Same teams.
And it makes it hard. It makes it tough. We got to step up our game.